because cheers. Guess what, guys? We're doing something fun today. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna make sun catchers. I don't know. Saw a tiki-talkie. Thought I can do that.
I saw a tiki-talkie.
I saw a tiki-talkie. Okay, I want to hear your best British accent. Come up, lay it on me.
Oh my god.
I saw a tiki. I can't. I'm killing me. Right?
I was thinking of Mrs. Brown in my head. I just can't.
Mrs. Brown is so good. Love Mrs. Brown. Okay.
It's tea time.
It's tea time. Mommy, will you buy me a Barbie?
So I feel like that was pretty good.
So good.
I feel like
So watch people in the UK, they'll see this and they'll be like, wow, is that what we sound like to you? But honestly, you guys sound fabulous. I speak in accents often. I also have a southern drawl. I don't know if you got one of those.
That's real good, girl.
Okay. Georgia.
Yeah, for one of my, I still say red. That's how I say red.
Get the
I cannot say red. And I said it's a past life thing for sure. I'm pulling out red.
red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Southern drawl. Coming from somewhere, and that's not the only word I say with a drawl like that.
Yeah. Really?
And I've never been able to say it proper.
So
well,
once in a while,
not the drawl.
I really hope once in a while, I just speak for an entire day. It's a southern drawl. And just let's live it. Let's live it because
fun.
I want some collard greens. Like I love. I like food.
Yeah. It's my sister from another mister.
Okay, let's get back on task. There's gonna be lots of rabbit holes. Like I'm so sorry. You guys are like.
You have joined your soul sister.
You're in for a wild ride. Some friends who get together and do crazy shit. Okay. And can you listen to this for me?
What does that sound like? Anyways, this is the mold.
This is the mold for the sun catcher. And this is the clay. It's called polymer clay. You bake it in the oven for like 15 minutes at a certain temperature. And then you get one of these. Bam. It looks like a little picture frame. See? Can you? Oh, I want to get my face in there.
Show them the gold because you can really see it looks like an antique
and then
frame.
we spray painted it. And
the royal we. Jen spray painted it.
I did it on my deck, and the wind was blowing, and I think I got the chair.
A little bit of gold shimmer doesn't hurt anybody. Just saying.
Exactly. Okay, so anyways. What we do is we are going to pour UV resin. Will you grab that bottle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This is called UV resin. You pour it in, but you know what? If we were to pour it in our little pie plates, which we use pie plates so that shit doesn't roll off the table, but if we were to do it in here, then guess what? It's a part of the pie plate forever. We don't want that. So what we do is we take a piece of tape. Now, you can be fancy and go get that UV resin for jewelry tape, but I'm just using an easy peel mask tape. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, we learned a lesson together.
Yes. Yeah, okay, I'll just make sure I push mine a little harder on the back.
Okay, so I'm just going to, get my hands out of the way, but basically, yeah, you're just going to tape it. And I still think, look at this. It looks like a card.
It does.
It kind of does. We're playing D&D. I'm about to drop something on all y'all bitches, and you better be ready to figure out the magic of how to get through this.
And this is the magic. Mine are already done because I'm that good. I'm just saying magical.
Now, what we're going to do is we are going to put just the thinnest layer of UV resin.
Okay.
We're going to firm it up a little bit,
and
then we're going to decorate and see how it goes.
I'll follow your lead. So why are we doing sun catchers tonight?
Okay. Wow. Let me tell you a little story. Okay, so actually sun catchers are very witchy, and I am very witchy. And I actually just really like to use symbolism in everything I do and remind myself I have a very wide vocabulary when it comes to my internal language. So I will store and stock a lot of symbols and meanings behind things. And when I see them in the wild, I'm like, oh, my subconscious is talking to me, or the universe is talking to me, whatever you want to call it, either or it's talking to me, and usually has pretty good advice. So, sun catcher. Sun catchers actually, if you think about the sun, what does that mean to you? Tell me, like, how does the sun, when you think of the sun, what does its energy feel like to you?
For me, it's rejuvenation. It's almost like a rebirth. It's like a recharge. Yeah, it's
like illuminating, shows you things. It is like the keeper of time, really.
Yeah.
So when the sun goes up and the sun goes down, that is the keeper of time.
Absolutely.
So it really, the sun can mean a lot of things. I also think of the sun like the color yellow and joy, excitement, happiness. And as you know, we're joy junkies. So this is really one of my favorite things is sun catchers. I absolutely love them because they also beam little rainbows about the room that your cat chases, and it's so freaking cute and just brings you joy. But also it brings those colors into your home. It's like it's allowing the sun to come into your space and almost like cleanse out the negative energy, change the energy of the room, because the moment you start seeing those little rainbows and beams, you are pulled into the present moment and you are looking around going, wow, this is so pretty.
Yes.
So it's really, it draws you into the present moment. So for me, that's a sun catcher. Like, use the sun's magic. The sun is magical. Use it.
Yes, it is. And then you were also sharing with me a little bit of history.
Oh, yes. So actually, sun catchers go back to ancient Egypt. They used to use stained glass to adorn their buildings, not just for decoration purposes, but actually they used it to ward off energies, to bring in certain energies. They believed the different colors, like color therapy. They really believed in that. So they use
to
that
elevate and like transmute the energy that's within that building or that space,
and make it feel more spiritual, more holy. And actually, if you look, also the Catholic churches, they've done the same thing. All their stained glass, they tell a story, but they also bring this mysticism, this magic into the space. So it's like calling, inviting the spirit in. There are so many cultures that do things with the sun and capturing it through a sun catcher of some way. Stained glass, crystals. Like we have little prisms and things that we're going to, yeah, maybe I'll show you. They're so pretty. So I have these little prisms that are going to hang at the bottom.
Beautiful.
And they're just going to beam little, like, picture down here.
That's so nice. Helping it spin.
Yes, 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 yes. So it really, it just, they're joy bringers. They are joy bringers.
I'm excited.
Yes, it's so good. Again.
And every time I see it, I'm going to think of you.
Exactly.
And that's the best part.
And that's the thing,
it's
too.
Bring me so much joy.
Joy. We love joy. But anchoring your memories to something, like, okay, everybody used to have photo albums back in the day.
Yep, still do.
Okay. That's
my daughter still, like, my daughter's having a baby and she's just like, she's taking real pictures. Yeah, for everything. Like, for everything. And yeah, she just, because I've always had the physical photo album. I love that.
It's so nice. I'm not going to lie. I got a little zooty the other night in the bathtub. And I was looking through old pictures and man, like you just get lost in the memories and you're like, it like transports you back in time.
Yeah.
So this is also like things that you do with your friends, crafts, like they're even like a cup of coffee with a friend. If you guys always drink the same cup of coffee, the same pattern, the same, every time you see that, you're going to think of that friend. So if you start seeing that pattern out in the, I always say out in the wild, and your friend's not there, maybe check in on your friend. Maybe the universe is saying, hey, like your friend kind of needs a little check-in right now. So learn your internal language.
It's very important.
And do crafts because they're fun.
And do crafts. Jen's going to make this so much fun for me.
Okay. Should we actually like do something?
Yeah, let's do it. Show me the way.
So, hello.
Crafting queen goddess.
So I'm just putting a thin little layer.
And I'm so serious. I'm like,
and I'm not. I am not. If it works, great. If it's a mess, then guess what? We had fun.
Yes. I am taking notes.
Are you really?
I am. I'm taking notes on how to be Jen.
Well, you are Jen.
This Jen. This Jen.
You know what?
Yes.
We gotta plug that in.
Oh, where are we plugging it in, Jen?
Oh, we gotta plug it in there?
Maybe.
Can you reach it?
I absolutely.
Okay, you got this.
Okay. Might be a little shaking going on.
Okay, we're gonna wiggle, we're gonna shake. Shake that money bit.
Just a little.
I love that we both go into like the 90s. We are engineers.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay, so we don't want that near that. Squeeze in. Because the minute the light hits it, it starts firming. It's like, we're just going to firm that up. I'm just getting kind of like a little background on this one, just so we have something to work with. And you leave it cook. Like it's cooking under this. And you know what? I could say, wear all your safety shit.
We got safety shit.
We got glasses.
Just nothing on our hands. You know.
We just kind of let it firm
like
up.
all the stuffs.
Yeah.
That fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so put it on yours.
Okay.
You're going to have to rearrange.
I got this.
And I'm going to let it cool because you can feel like it heats up and gets really hot.
This is really cool. This little guy.
They're so fun.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to go back. You never shared about the sun gods in Egypt.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So anyways, that's a squirrel moment here and there.
That's okay. I'm here to remind you.
So ancient Egypt, sun gods. There's Ra, and then there was Adam. And for me is when the sun is going down, it's setting, and Ra is the first half of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's rebirth.
Yeah. Okay. So Ra, like
that's
rebirth.
where I call rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Adam is more like the setting sun, and I really like Adam is my jam. I actually even have like a little framed framed Egyptian art because I really resonated with it, and I don't know if I walked that path in a past life that I'm so drawn to it. Yeah. Or you know,
Yeah.
we've had a few lives.
We've had a few lives together. Just a few.
Anyways,
including this one though.
This life, it took a long time for us to meet. We've known each other for a year.
I know.
1 year.
1 year. Just like that.
And it's been great. Like, yeah, so good. Like, I'm so thankful for
Look
you.
where we are in 1 year.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, we have accomplished quite a bit, hey?
Yeah, we really have. Like, think about it. All like, and with having to move and all the things, and I'm closer now, and yeah,
she used to live far away.
Yeah, used to live so far away.
And I kept being like, so when are you gonna be here? Did you find a place? Where are you? What's your plan here?
Right.
Perfect. So do you see how we have like, this one's just kind of like a back?
Yeah.
So this one, I think what we're going to do is put them right on top.
Okay.
And that way we're winging this. We have no fucking idea what we're doing.
I'm just following the lead.
I have an idea for a craft. Can we do this? So we are going to take some something. There's some glue.
E6000.
There is life. There is, you know why? Because I have plants, and them little frickers have those flying gnat things.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's spring. There is life. Right? I'm so not used to seeing them because, right? But spring has sprung.
Okay, so my husband took me out to Floral Acres. It's a local greenhouse.
Okay, I've heard of it.
And I found a little spider in a pot out there, and I was like, hello friend, hello, I missed you so much. I'm like, I am so excited to see your face right now. And then when I got home, I found a little spider. It looks like a little jumping spider.
Oh yeah,
I found a little jumping spider in one of the plants that I got out there, and I was like,
spring has sprung.
Everybody's coming out. Okay, I'm just gonna let this like firm up on the backside because I put way more than you did on mine. And I'm so afraid of getting it stuck to my fingers.
Yeah.
Because, crazy glue.
Yes. I hate that feeling. It is the worst feeling.
It's
ever.
so gross.
And then you're like, no, don't stick together. It is the worst. Cola loca.
Okay, I know it actually like
That's crazy glue in Spanish.
shut up.
Cola loca.
Yeah, she's telling me, oh, I only know a couple of words, and she's going in a piquito or something like.
I love you.
She can whip out crazy glue. Like, come on, you know a lot more Spanish.
I've gone down there way too much where I need crazy glue.
Oh,
and you have to go into the it's not 7-Eleven, but like their 7-Eleven and be like, yo, where's the cola loca?
Cola loca. You know what? I like the sound of it,
Right.
but I will never remember it. I'm just being honest.
So good.
But cola loca.
Right? It sounds cool. And then you're like, really, that's crazy?
You remember like Seinfeld? Salsa. It's a fun word to say.
Well,
Delicious. What else is fun?
There's just so many syllables in that.
Delicious.
Okay.
Okay.
Squirrel. I don't help. I just don't help. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're just going to do like a little kind of train around. I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
They're kind of matching up.
Kind of sort.
As
it
won't, good as it's going to be.
It won't be
perfect. They're so cute. I was just going to say that, like a little seeing eyeglass.
So this one is the back side. Mm-hmm. Like you got to pick one side that's
okay.
Going to be not as brilliant.
Did you hear that?
Not as brilliant.
Not as brilliant.
And then, like, what are you going to put in yours?
I don't know. This is where it gets really hard for me because, like,
so
stuffs.
I've got so much stuff. You guys can't see all this, but I've got a big box of dried flowers that we can put in here. I've got another box.
Let me see your flowers.
Yeah, go digging. And I got another box of dried leaves. And, like, I love a Dusty Miller moment. Like, come on. They look beautiful. Like little trees.
So beautiful.
So, yeah, like, I'm just kind of hold it up there and see if that works. What else?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're gonna go larkspur?
I love the colors so much.
I think I actually am eyeing up the yellow because, well, you know me,
I do love a joy.
There's all kinds of stuff in here. And again, like if you want to cut out shapes, whatever. I'm also thinking I might want to get paper and cut out letters to spell joy.
Oh, wow.
I think I want to do that too. But, oh, yes, I love the larkspur. Actually, these larkspurs, little story.
Mm-hmm.
When my grandmother was moving into her nursing home, we had to clean out her house and her garage. And she had all of these seed containers that she had collected the seeds herself. So, larkspur seeds were in there. And I didn't know what it was going to look like, but she had larkspur written on a little penicillin bottle. And I was like, okay, like I'm just going to plant them. And I planted them and these beautiful flowers. And now I actually am in the habit of collecting those seeds.
Oh, wow.
So it's like my grandmother kind of passed that on to me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I miss my grandma. She is 90. Oh, okay. She's born in, do the math. I'm terrible.
Oh my God.
1933.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2025.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I don't have enough.
Somebody out there is.
I don't have enough fingers or toes. Or brain cells right now. Are you kidding?
I think she is.
10. These are beautiful.
She's 93. She's 93, and I miss her. She has dementia. And she doesn't know who I am anymore. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know who she is anymore. And it's like her body is like a shell. Like she's really.
I worked in long-term care for 11 years.
Yeah. And every time I go and visit her, because I still do, not as often. I used to go schedule once a month. Because she's in another city. I make sure I get out there at least once a month. But now that it's just, I go there and I can only be there for about 15 minutes. Yeah. And then she is sleeping again. Yeah. So it's a long drive for 15 minutes. But when I do go, I try and convince her to exit the earth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's how, is that weird? Like,
no.
That I'm like, hey, grandma,
No,
like, there's a party waiting for you on the other side. Like, there's a rum and coke over there. Like, if you just pick up and go, there's a rum and coke and like a campfire and a guitar. Everybody's gonna be sitting around waiting for you. And I try and convince her so much, like it's just time to go. But I don't know if she's forgotten how to leave. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's almost like they're frozen in time. Is how I feel sometimes.
Yeah. It's
but in your mind, you're frozen in time in your mind. I hope to never have to experience that.
I'm pouting because this heart and I are fighting. Thank you. But I just want a little heart in here. I'm just going to show you guys what I got so far because I think it's really cute. What do you find in there? I love that you and I are like, just like, focus.
We're like so into it. I was going to say to you, what rabbit hole are we going down?
I want to find like the word joy. So I got to find some letters. Oh, you've got color in yours.
Color. That's fun.
Did you find something?
I found love. Ooh. I found spirit. All right, sister. Okay, I was going to rip it.
Do it. Again. Oh my goodness, that's better.
Power.
World. Like too. Oh, I found happy. I like happy.
Happy is good.
Hey, I can't find the word joy anywhere. I really want it. I think I'm going to be cutting out letters. Okay, so crafting on camera might not be the greatest.
It's okay if it's an epic fail. We just make it what it is. We're totally not good at like having a conversation
because we're totally trying to concentrate.
We're in that like
we're in the zone.
The zone. Yeah, like this is how you get when you're crafting. Like, you're tuned and tapped in.
Okay, I think I have mine how I want it.
Okay.
What do you think?
That is absolutely stunning.
It's cute, right?
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm gonna get my glue on, I think.
Get your glue on.
But I do think, do we need glitter? We need a little glitter.
There's always room for glitter.
So let's just, I'm gonna do a little sprinkle. Look at my background now.
Oh, see, that's pretty.
See, this is how I craft. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just wing it. And then, like, if I'm not loving it, I'll just, like, try something else.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, sometimes you end up with something really cool. And sometimes you end up with a piece of shit.
I just feel like it is meant exactly to be what it is. And that there's no wrong way of doing it.
That's very true. There is no wrong way.
It's so beautiful. It's so playful. Everything I do is serious. Just
she's taking things very serious.
I know. It's just who I am.
That's allowed. I just make you have fun.
Yeah, I love having fun. I love having fun.
I'm having a hot flash. So if y'all can see how red my cheeks are right now, you will understand. That is a hot flash.
And why do we never talk about this stuff is what drives me crazy because, you know, I literally have been struggling the last, I'm going to say year, the last 6 months for sure. But because I don't feel 48 in my mind, I don't know.
I
just don't feel my age.
Okay, it's really crazy because I have daughters that are like one's 28 and another one who's like 25 this year. And I just see where she's at in her life and stuff. And I'm like, is that how I feel mentally?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm still stuck in my 20s.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing is like I don't feel at all my age.
My body feels my age.
That's what Steve and I were saying tonight. It's so funny. Yes. But I forget because here's the thing is like, I know I'm perimenopausal.
Yeah.
And every month it's like a couple of days late, a couple of days early. Like, so again, I came to come over. I was like, oh, hello. Like, what? You're early again. Like, what is going on? And so, and like the hot flashes at night that I can't breathe. And
yeah, I was PMSing yesterday. I was crying. And Clay's like, honey, it's okay. It's that time.
Yeah.
And just after 20 years, Yes. He's like, I'm thinking I'm having this huge crisis. And he's like, honey, what's happening with your body right now?
when they know your cycle better than
they
you
know.
do. It's so
Oh, I
ridiculous.
know.
And I get out the flow and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
how do you know?
Like, I can tell from
Right?
the way you're acting batshit crazy.
Exactly.
Because I do. I'm not gonna lie. I put that man through so much, and he's just like, he knows. He knows. Like, I am just losing my shit because my hormone levels are crazy.
Yes, but it's funny that they recognize it and we don't, and we're just like, not even, we're clueless.
It's like somebody who stops taking their medication.
Yeah,
like
if something has jumped into your body and taken over you, and you have no control over the craziness.
I know.
So it's been a wild ride this past year because like it's really kicking in. Like it's like maybe I've been in perimenopause way longer than I realized because we know this is the case. We know.
Yes, we know.
Like the way that you can never get off no matter what you do, how well you eat. It's been a long time.
I just said fuck you. I'll eat what I want now.
Right?
Like if I'm fluffy, I'm fluffy.
Right.
Just more of me to love.
Well, that's just there's yes. I was gonna say yeah.
I'm fat.
No. More to hold on to. As I was saying, there's more for me to hold on to. Anyways, but. So I've been in denial, but also we don't talk about this as women, and this is another thing.
Why?
Generationally, that pisses me off because why?
My mom could have warned me about a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, any of them could have warned us about this.
Yeah,
and why is there shame and guilt about our cycles? And this is
I know. Why are we hiding it? Why do we hide it? Like I remember.
Where's this wound?
What is this? Daughters, you know, like you see, like they're like. A tampon falls out of their purse and the horror.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a fucking tampon.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at in this life. Like, I really, again, I have no shame. So it's like, it's just a part of who I am and what I'm going through in this present moment. And guess what? We're all going to have to deal with it.
But I feel like I could have handled this whole process, this whole phase of my life differently. I didn't even realize I was in this phase of my life is kind of where I'm getting at. Like I didn't know I was going through this phase.
Well, nobody.
And now I'm out of this. I'm like leaving this phase into this phase, and I didn't even know I was in this phase. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like all of a sudden one day it's like boom, and there it is. And so why aren't we like as women?
Well, again, what? Well, I think because society educates themselves on all the testing. Here's the thing, all of the testing that they do on like little animals and things, it's always on the males because the females' hormones throw the tests out of whack, is what the honest to goodness feedback is. So it's like everything, even studies, they're always tested on men. So nobody really has an idea of what actually is happening with women.
Well, how about you share the little TikTok thing that you shared with me today?
Share with you, I don't remember.
The sperm.
Oh, yes. Right? I got so excited. Okay, so on TikTok today, we're always led to believe that the strongest sperm, that is the winner. He's going to get to the egg. He's the winner. He's the conqueror.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, he did everything right. Like, he was the strongest one. He basically knocked that bitch down. I was like, you're mine. That is how it feels when you hear us growing up being told about fertilization. What we're not told is that the egg is much bigger than the sperm.
Yeah.
And the egg actually chooses what sperm it allows in. The egg, the matron, like that is what is choosing, and she actually chops the heads off of little spermies.
She decapitates the rest. Decapitates them and like no second chances.
Yes,
that was wild.
Yeah. So I was just like, why are we being taught from a male's
why are we just discovering this? Why is there only scientific proof of this and no? Like what?
I know.
Yeah.
But you know there was scientific proof in the like back in the day, but they're like, oh no, we can't let these women have a leg up on us. That's what it kind of feels like. And I'm not saying it was intentional or anything like that. I love like because I love men.
I love men.
I do.
But isn't that wild? Because that patriarchal.
Why have we allowed ourselves
the masculinity, that imbalance of the masculine and the feminine, right? Like,
so much so that science is skewed.
Yes, it's wild.
It's so crazy.
But I mean, we should know genetically how we reproduce. Like that is wild.
Okay.
Okay, so how did you do, girl?
Well, I had a little bit leak out the back, and that's okay.
That's okay.
But I think I'm going to turn it over. It actually looks really good.
Oh, they're so pretty. Yes, that looks amazing, Jen.
So just to show you guys,
it turned out so nice, Jen.
You can't really see it, but so I went with love, heart, spirit, soul, ignite, and healing.
Nice. Yeah, lots of good words in there.
And mine's just straight joy.
Joy, baby.
I got the joy down in my heart. I don't know the words. Is that the words? Okay.
Yes.
I think I remember it from the Flintstones because this girl never went to church. Tell me you watched the Flintstones.
Of course.
On your lunch hour. You would go home.
Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's truly outrageous. Truly, truly.
I had a gem doll. Whoa.
Did you? Of course. No, I didn't. I never had a gem doll.
I had a gem doll.
I didn't have anyone to be a gem doll. My friends had gem dolls.
Oh.
I had gem cartoons.
I think my grandmother actually bought me my gem doll, and she had little earrings like the stars, and they lit up. I was like, this is the coolest doll ever. What is that toy that you remember? Like, do you have a toy from when you were a kid that you're like, man,
my Cabbage Patch doll.
You had a Cabbage?
I had Cabbage Patch doll and My Little Pony.
Oh, My Little Pony. Yes, I had lots of My Little Ponies.
My Little Pony and Friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
I was also Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, and Strawberry Shortcake. Who can forget about Strawberry Shortcake?
The little lemon meringue one smelled so good.
My friend collected them. They also
I know. I had a friend who had like almost all of them.
Yep.
And I would go over and like huff all of her dolls.
Right.
You know?
I had a friend, honestly, we talked about this last time, and her whole bedroom walls were all shelves, and her closet was all shelves. And there was a walk-in closet, and her mom had all shelves, like spoiled, and the big white canopy bed. She had, so when you walked in, I was just like,
I know.
Do you really need 30 of those? Like, I can't even have just one. You know what I mean?
Do you want to share?
So what was I learning? What were those lessons as a young person to like come from such poverty and to like walk into someone's home who has so much abundance?
Can I tell you that now I have a canopy bed?
Yes, she does.
Because same thing. Right. You had those friends who had the canopy bed, and you're like, that's like she's sleeping like a princess every night. I'm sleeping like a princess every night.
Yes, she is.
I really love it because it just feels like medieval a little bit. And I even bought those little like sheer tapestry things that lights around. I'm telling you guys, my husband sleeps like a princess.
I love play.
I love play. He lets me just live out these little things, and like the moment you walk into my basement, you just have to look around and be like, oh, her inner child is so healed. Yeah. Like if it brings me joy and excitement, I am all about it. I am.
And that's why you've stepped into my life, because I know I'm ready to be.
So you're gonna get a canopy bed?
You would let me have my bedroom is not the size of your bedroom. I'm sorry. My bedroom is not half the size of my house. Like I moved into this tiny little condo of nada right now.
When we built this house though, my husband and I were like, listen, we've got 4 kids. They're going to run the show in this house. So our bedroom is going to be our sanctuary.
Absolutely.
And it is our sanctuary.
Like you don't even need to leave the room.
I don't.
No, you don't.
No. And actually,
like there's no claustrophobia going to be happening in your space.
No. Oh, no.
No, it's a bachelor space.
It is.
Like it really is.
You can rent it out.
I walked in, I was like, whoa, what? like the walk-in closet is what? The bathroom is ridiculous, but never mind the main space. It's like, hello over there.
It's so funny. But you know what though?
Yeah.
I think at one point I really needed all that stuff. And I don't think I'm quite at that point anymore. Like I feel like I've healed those wounds, if that makes sense.
It does.
I'm at the point where if we don't get me wrong, I love this home. My husband designed it, built it. You know, like there's a lot of sweat equity, and we've done a lot of really cool shit here. I would miss it, but I feel like it's healed me. Yeah. And I'm ready. Like, I'm okay. I don't need it all. Does that make sense?
It does. And you know it does because I just went through that whole process. So
Yeah.
I literally thought they were going to bury me in the backyard of my acreage. Like I thought I was going to. I did. I honestly, because not having anything growing up and being on welfare and lower income housing my whole life, my dream was to be on a farm since I was a little girl. And so to move from Toronto to Saskatchewan and have the opportunity to actually be able to afford to be on an acreage for one, I absolutely understand. And I did a lot of healing in that. Like she
do,
she
because
did
it's
heal
like
me.
it's almost like that version of yourself is like, you deserve all of this, and you can have it if you want it. You just have to work for it.
Yeah.
You just have to go and get it. If you want it, you can get it. I think I'm at the point though where I don't need to show everybody that I can get it.
Exactly. And that's when you know you're healed. And that's when you know that you're ready to let her go because she's done her job. And her. My house was a her. Like I literally feel like she loved me back into being able to just see me for me and not have that external validation. I didn't require any of that anymore. She gifted that to me. She gifted us so many things in our lives. I'm so grateful to her. And it was a big grieving process. And I still have those moments where I grieve her big time, but she provided what we needed.
Okay, tell me, what does the color gold mean to you? Like, how does it make you feel?
Abundant.
Yes.
Yeah. Prosperity. Warmth.
It feels like the sun, doesn't it?
It does feel like the sun. Yeah.
I really do associate it with the sun.
I spend a lot of time, and I shouldn't even say a lot of time, meaning of like the time frame, but a lot of time, especially in the winter time when it's like, I just feel so gross because I work at home like you. And so, you know, you just feel so tired and lethargic. And I literally can go stand with my eyes closed for 3 minutes and I just feel completely rejuvenated. And so, of course, you do that in the summer and all that when it's easier to stand in the grass and do all those things. But just even in the winter, to just go out there in 3 minutes
with just the sun
just
on your
the sun.
face.
Yeah, it's so rejuvenating.
Oh,
and that's what I taught the kids when I was teaching kids Reiki. That was like the number one thing with their emotions and being able to stabilize their emotions. And I would teach them, like, you just need to spend 3 minutes outside. Just go outside, put your feet on the grass, sit on the grass, put your feet on the grass, and just like close your eyes and let that sun just beam on you. And your anger, your frustration, like I go through all the emotions, like all of it will disappear just like that.
And it does.
It does.
It really does. It's like you're grounding, you're transmuting all of that shit that you've got going on. The minute you can just connect with the earth, like I'm so excited for the summer to just lay on the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And regulate your emotional body. For me, it regulates my emotional body.
Oh, yes.
Girl.
Oh, no. Yes, I think girl. Grab me one of those. I think I want one too.
So nice. Ooh. Do you have a Hamza with gold?
Do I have a what?
A Hamza?
A Hamza? Oh,
No,
yeah.
Hamza.
Hey, like how many tattoos do you have? I've never really paid attention. Okay, let me see them. So you have your Hamza, and then this is Kuan Yin. I knew that we have talked about her before.
And then this is me. So this is literally, it's my journey. So by the time I'm done, so the lotus coming out of the water, where I started, and then this is all anti-mal. Hummingbird is anti-mal. This is the beginning of like my spiritual journey.
I love that.
Mother, maiden, crone. This is a part of me. Wolf and raven are my power animals.
Okay.
I have other totem animals, but they're my power animals. Lion is one of them. Phoenix rising from the ashes. And then it says, every ending is an opportunity to rise again.
And I love that you just had those colored.
So a little tiny guy. And my back is my Kundalini rising.
Oh, wow.
So that's the same coming.
So when's the last time you got a tattoo?
A month ago. I got this one and the Hamza. Like I just did the little tiny guys. I'm trying to fill in the gaps. There's so many.
So you're trying to get full sleeves.
Yeah, my
Okay.
Anak is going here, so the Egyptian Anak is going
Yeah.
there. The same shape, and I wanted Isis, but like I just can't find.
You haven't but you will figure it out when it's time.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna do that instead. Oh, because it's all symbolic of her. So there's all the stuff that goes in there, and my beetle, and all the stuff. It'll all be in the Anak. It'll just make it like so many things in one. And then so I'm going to fill it up with all my angel numbers. There's gonna be angel numbers everywhere throughout.
okay.
Yeah, and there's so many things, Jen. My bee I haven't gotten yet.
How does your body react when you get tattooed?
It's pretty good, but after about 4 hours, it just goes poof. Okay. So color is very painful. Anything else is not. Like I barely felt these two, to be honest with you.
Really?
But this was extremely painful, like full color, because he explained he's going over and over.
So you're like raw.
Like this is not a lot of red, but this really hurt. Right? So this is me. This is warrior. This is a part of the Aboriginal. This is my raven. This is like a whole bunch of symbolism for me in here.
Yeah.
So this literally is me, my higher self, watching my journey.
That's so cool.
And so what I was going to do is take the galaxy, like all that, and kind of fill everything in. And I said, see, I'm going to fill it in with my angel numbers, and then like that same look that's on my back with the little delicates. I'm just going to fill in all like geometric.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll tell you, I have
have
one tattoo. It is a football with a 13 right in the middle of it. And I had gotten the tattoo. I was in the cold sweats while I was getting it. Thought I was going to pass out.
and you've never come back.
I've never done another one ever. Like there's some that I would absolutely love to get.
I know. Every time I go, I'm like, why? And I sit down because I go to the same artist, and I'm just like, I'm back to pay you to torture me, because you're literally paying them to torture you. It's so great. He just laughs at me, and then I always say, I'm never doing or my legs. Like it's here. It's my arms
And your back.
There's some stuff.
Are you getting booby tattoos?
No, like here. I'll show you. It's like my back, like that nice geometric kind of stuff. Yes. I would like to get it here. And it's just so crazy. Like, so here,
why
and nothing else?
So, like, for you, what does it feel like to you? Like, is it cathartic? Is it like after you get it, you like having that symbolism and representation? Like, tell me your relationship with the process of getting a tattoo.
It's just so meaningful for me to have remembrance of all of the journey that I've been through. Like it literally, everything has
writing
so
your
much,
story on
writing
your
my
skin.
story on my skin.
When you're explaining it all and how everything has like a symbolism and a meaning to you, and like you said, it's your journey. That's pretty cool.
And it's honoring myself.
Yeah.
It's honoring the journey that I've been on. And like, there's so much to your journey. You can't tattoo it all on them, but there's like Kuan Yin and Isis showed up at the very beginning. And so did
So how did Kuan Yin come in? That's interesting to me. It feels like so far out of your cultural. How did she make herself known to you?
So here's the thing is that I was in a spiritual mentorship program, and it was like how to start a spiritual business as an entrepreneur, because like, right, it's such a different way of doing things. So anyway, you have this Facebook group that you get to be a part of. So there were sessions before. So people who had taken her program, say 2 sessions before. And this girl's like, oh, I'm looking for, she was a medium. Okay. And she got her whole business set up, but wanted to do a couple of sessions just to kind of get the feel for it. And I was like, girl, I volunteer. And so anyways, I did the session with her, and like my whole thing is deeply rooted journey. It's an oak tree. It is deep roots, like, right. The whole thing, my wolf, I already had my tattoo. I had all of this, right?
Yeah.
And so she's going on, and she's not the first person to tell me my connection with trees and elementals. And it's funny because I do have a deep reverence for plants and for trees. But the elementals, like I've never really, and I know I've been told I actually have a fairy. She's a Pleiadian, and she's on I'm Pleiadian. So, yeah. Well, we'll get into that realm because I'm more than just Pleiadian. And then, well, me too. Right. Yeah. And so, but not necessarily, but you are.
I have had the Palladian experience.
Yeah. So this is what Spirit explained to me. It's just like being in Canada. So you might be originally Palladian, but you might, so I feel like I'm Syrian, I'm Drodian, I've got all of these aspects to me, right?
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, yes, because you're in the same galaxy. And so you get to go like province to province. It's the same thing. And so you are spending time. Yep. Right.
It's like Canadian, but Saskatoonian. And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Toronto they call them we call them quads. They call them forerunners. I'm trying to remember what they called them. We called them sweaters.
Bunny hugs.
Yeah. We call it chocolate milk. You call it Bico. So do you understand?
Bico.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So when I first moved here from Ontario, from Toronto, I was like, what the hell is a Bico?
They're speaking a different language.
They're speaking a different language.
Yeah.
So Spirit explained to me, it's just like being in Canada, you're traveling province to province. And so you might have gone to Alberta and you love aspects of it so much that you resonate with being in Drodian because you spent so much time there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So anyways, so yes. And so I don't know what the question was because I just went on my little tangent there. Maybe you can remind me. I don't know. But anyways, just lost. I don't even know where we were.
Where were we? Oh, I want to know how Kuan Yin.
Okay. And so anyways, so she's doing this session with me and I was chicken scratching because I couldn't figure out how to record on Zoom. Like I just didn't have time. And so I'm chicken scratching and pages about these damn trees. She went on about my connection with trees. I was like, but it was very, very very impactful and meaningful.
Yes.
And then she's like, you have a wolf over your left shoulder. Well, like wolf is even tattooed on my left arm. Like she was just pulling out the stuff. Yeah. And so she says to me, okay, you need to do energy healing. Yeah. So like just do Reiki. Whatever, just to get your feet wet. Yeah, Reiki. And she's like, she's listening to them and she's like explaining it to me, right? She's like, but
she's having the conversation.
Yeah. And so she's like, just start with Reiki. And is it right? And she goes, and like as of 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, Reiki what? I didn't even know. I didn't even know what Reiki was.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, right? And so she's just going off about all of this stuff. And so I got off with her and I was blown away because all the things that she couldn't have possibly known. She had pulled out so much stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking and I Googled and I'm like, no, they don't resonate. No, they don't resonate. And then I came across this woman that lives actually here in Saskatoon.
Okay.
And just, when you explain yourself and just her whole like vibe, like just the way she expressed herself, I was like, oh yeah, she's my jam. Well, I couldn't find any classes. Like I went on her website, nothing available. So I was like, okay. So I thought I'm just going to send her a message on Facebook asking if she has any classes coming up.
I did the same fucking thing. Actually, that's how I got into Reiki is I just reached out to this woman who hasn't taught in years.
Do you see?
She had her business even shut down. And I said, I've heard about you. I would like to do. She actually brought back and did a class.
It's so wild. And so she called me right away, like the same night. And she's like, how did you even hear about me? I said, well, I was checking out the internet and like, yeah, you resonate with me, whatever. And then, so there was 2 things. And so I'm trying to remember. There was that whole December, it was like once in a lifetime. And it was also winter solstice. And she's like, do you know what Monday is? And so I told her the 2 things and she's like, I'll be right back. And so she goes and she comes right back. She goes, yeah, they're telling me I'm meant to work with you. And she's like,
really?
And so she's like, can you come? This was a Sunday night. She goes, can you come on the Tuesday? It would be so like basically epic if we did it on Tuesday. And so I didn't know anything about Reiki. I didn't know the difference between Reiki systems. I knew nothing about it at all. It was just her in particular. So I did Holy Fire Reiki.
So tell me the difference because I haven't done Holy Fire. I have done the Usi Reiki, the Jikiden, and also a Western style Reiki, which is very different than.
So here's the difference. And I've never done any other kind of Reiki, but
okay.
For me to be in a gentle way, it's not ego-based. It's not, I am the master who is transferring the energy to you. In Holy Fire, You don't do that. As a master, you're holding sacred space. It's spirit who is directly attuning you. Okay. And they're not called attunements. They're called placements and ignitions. Oh. Completely different. And it's a 3-day process. It's not just a one-time deal, right? And so it literally is, spirit is meeting you where you're at. And so here's the other thing. If I'm unhealed, if I have unhealed aspects, technically in the older systems, because it is Usai Reiki, it's just like a modernized version of it? It's the latest downloaded. Okay. It's Christ consciousness. Okay. The difference is that I'm a Reiki master. Maybe I have some unhealed aspects of myself. I might literally be holding you back from receiving technically what you should be receiving. If you think about it that way, in my mind, me, because I've never been trained in any other thing, regardless of any system, it's not me. I'm not transferring nothing to you. I literally am the conduit. And so I explain to people, the outlet is spirit. I'm the extension cord, and where I'm plugging into is you. I'm just the conduit in order for spirit to give you what you need. So personally, in any system, that's how I feel. Yeah. There's no, and what I mean about that is there's no ego, and there's no ego. Like I'm not a healer. I'm just a facilitator, honestly. Yeah. I'm the conduit that's allowing that transfer to happen. Yes. Right. And so to me, that's the main difference. Okay. It's just that's the mindset behind it. But I will tell you, when I got my attunement, I felt like a pop in my head. Oh yeah. And it was like something just happened. Yeah. Like I was almost shocked and blown away a little bit. Like, what I did not expect. I didn't expect to feel anything. Do you know what I mean? Yep. We don't do it. You just don't. Like, and no. It was my very first experience with any of this. And for me, I literally had heat coming out of the bottom of my feet, pouring out of my hands and out of my heart space, like just massive heat coming out of my hands. Like I still to this day, whenever I'm doing any type of like just kind of a little even Reiki on myself or whatever, it's like my hands get so hot. Yeah. So I never got to Kuan and I will. But when I first started with clients, I literally would hold my hands way above their head. Like I wouldn't go anywhere near anybody. Like I was just like, I was so afraid that somebody would think, I was doing something for them to, I was like way up here. And so one person, she just, boom, her eyes opened and she's like, oh my God, and your hands are that far away from my head? Like, wow, are your hands always this hot? And I said, only when there's healing that's being done. Steve kept saying to me, you need to practice, you need to practice. Like, it was 3 months before I even did anything with it, because I don't know why, I was terrified. And so he's like, you need to get that. Right? I was the same. I was just like, I'm doing it on myself. Steve is such a non-spiritual. He's nothing like me. And so he kept saying to me, you need to do Reiki on me. Like, my back hurts with this. I'm like, all right. And so, yeah, I did a couple of sessions. And the first session, he is like, when I was done, he got a bath. And then he comes to bed and he's like, is it normal? Because he went down to get a drink, for me to be able to like double step it up with my bad knee and my sciatica that I normally can't even, and I'm pulling myself up. And I was like, really? Okay. It's like, and when you were doing it, I could feel like through my legs, like, and his feet were smacking my, like jolting and smacking my thing. And I know that's the releasing, but I never said nothing. It was just him, like, just kept hitting me. And I was like, okay, he's releasing big time. He's like, is that normal? So well, just for you don't know, you don't know. Like, a new experience. Like, I've never done this before. Right, but for my non-believing husband to just to like recognize the things and to feel what I was feeling and to say it to me when I'm new at this, I was like, wow, this is so amazing. So something's really working here. Right. Yes. And so I thought, okay, I can be vulnerable. And my friend's like, please, like, sign me up. Yeah. So he came over, and my first experience with him, I didn't realize just how talented, like how gifted he was. Like, he is so clairvoyant. Like, he is so gifted. He didn't know. like, this is what I've told you. These are the people that are coming to me. And so my first experience with him, I just realized that when you're working on somebody, something that's unhealed in you, that's unhealed in them, if you're healing it for them, it's healing within you. Or if it's expanding for them, it's expanding for you. This is my experience. And so with him,
Same with hypnosis, by the way.
okay, like I think all energy healing is the same. It's just a different platform.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. And so all of these things were happening, like all the visuals, all of the things I was hearing, and I had everything coming at me, and it was wild for me, and I'd never experienced anything like this. And so, you know, after the session, I was like, I seen this, I seen that, and he's like, I seen, like, I know he had a jaguar that came through, and like jaguar spirits and like all of this guidance and messages, and I was sure he's like his, like, and you can't, his eyes were like, what? Like, I totally seen this jaguar. So we were experiencing the same things.
Yeah.
But so then I even said to him, I'm going to have to start writing this down, because like there's so much I'm forgetting. By the time I finish the whole session, I'm not remembering all your guidance. Okay. And so I started to write it all down. And then I started to hear names. And Kuan Yin was one of them. And she told me she's the mother of compassion. And so she typically will come in around the heart space and around your solar plexus from my experience. And so, and that's how Isis started to come through. Archangels were the first ones for me: Metatron, Raphael, and Michael, and Shamuel. But like, it was basically Michael, Raphael, and Metatron from the very beginning. And I didn't know anything about archangels. I didn't know nothing about nothing.
Well, because you weren't raised in a church, like you're like me. You have no experience with religion, but you're hearing these names, like,
right.
Yeah.
And they said, you know, oh, who is your guardian angel, blah, blah, blah. Just ask out in the first name that you hear. Well, this is even before then. I heard Gabriel. I was like, really? Gabriel? Like, what kind of name is Gabriel? And so later on, when I realized and I was tapping into the archangels and I went down that rabbit hole, I was like, oh my God, this is totally a Gabriel.
Nephilim? Do you know what a Nephilim is?
It's another angel type.
Yeah, they're like, I thought they actually lived with humans. Like, I think they were humans and angels had babies.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Does it resonate?
No, it doesn't resonate for me. So that's how they originally came in for me. And now it's easy for me to tune and tap in.
For some reason, for names for me too, like, that's actually when I tend to spook people out, is because actually the first night we met, we were all sitting around that campfire.
Yes.
And I kept seeing in my mind's eye that there was a man hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept like catching, like, out of the corner of my eye, I kept seeing this man. And of course he wasn't a real man. He wasn't there. But I just asked, tell me, what is your name? And he tells me, I think he said David. And I was like, oh, okay. Or Dennis. No, I think it was Dennis. Either or.
I don't remember.
So we're all sitting around, and I leaned to my friend Katie. I'm like, should I ask if anybody knows this dude that I'm seeing?
Yes.
And she's like, and because she's a medium, she can see the same thing as I'm seeing. She knows there's somebody over there.
Yeah.
I'm describing who I'm seeing. We're seeing the same damn person. And then so I just put it out to the group, sitting around a campfire with people I had never met before. This is my first time meeting them. I'm like, does anybody know Dennis? He's an older man. I started describing. He's hanging out here. I think he belongs to. And I pointed to the lady across from me. I'm like, I think he belongs to you. And she just like what? Jaw dropped. It was her dad.
No, you've got this wrong.
Do I? I can't remember.
It was her son.
Was it?
It was her son. Yeah.
I thought, okay. I couldn't remember. I just know I freaked somebody out.
Yeah, you did freak her. It was her son that came through.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
And he was an older child, but it was her son. Yeah.
Okay.
And she just instantly like,
yeah.
And that's the gift. To give somebody, when she was just like the shock and awe on her face.
I'm not afraid to just ask, like, tell me your name. So what do you think?
That's so pretty, Jen.
I love this.
It is gorgeous. I just love this moth, and the moon cycle is so pretty.
And I can't wait to see it hanging in the window.
Me too.
And putting little rainbows all over my kitchen. I'm putting this in the kitchen because that is the room that gets like my favorite light.
That's where mine is going.
This
This was a really fun craft.
Is it? Like,
it was
do you think
really
people would
fun.
like to do
Yes,
this?
they will love to do
Okay.
this. The whole process. Some things that you do and it's lickety split. Like this is thinking about it. You know, there's so much intention.
And
So much
for
intention.
me, being in a state of creation, the joy, oh, the joy, I love it.
I love the intention behind all of it.
Here's the thing. I want to talk to people about what they're making and why they're making it. And like, when you see this, you're going to think of me.
Yes,
You're going to think of our fun little adventure together this evening. You're going to think of all the fun stories. And,
just one more thing.
tell me.
I'm going to stick my little thing in there. I'm always going to.
Are you going to put a crystal in?
I'm going to put this little guy. That way, all of the bad juju can go out the window.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my moth's going to be a little guardian.
I love it so much. She's so pretty.
Yeah.
There. Has my little juju.
Oh, I love it.
Juju.
Oh, there's a
Little juju. We'll just stick the little evil eyes so everything can go out the window.
Oh, love it. Love it. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. This was fun.
This was fun, wasn't it?
It was.
So pretty.
Cheers. That was so good.
We made a craft. We did. And I learned some stuff tonight. Actually, I did learn a lot, like how I'm going to set things up and stuff, and kind of what I want to have out for people. You're going to have to lick it and stick it. Lick it and stick it. Oh, I love this. I really do.
It's got
a little
meaningful.
sunshiny flower in there. Those were joy, a little heart in the middle.
Oh, you gotta show it.
Okay, can you see? Can you see? Can you see? It's so pretty. And then like, guys.
They are pretty. They turned out so nice.
Okay, and then I just want to show you my little sunshiny flower and the word joy. And look at the little heart.
Thank you, Jen. This was an awesome experience.
I thank you so much for doing this with me because I learned so much about how I want to set things up. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate you just letting me like barf joy.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. And don't we have cute mugs? Just say it.
Soon might be available for purchase.
We're going to have merch. Did I ever think I'd say that?
So how did you go from taking all those different types?
So I did all the Reiki stuff. I was connecting to, like, I felt spirit and guardian angels and things. I'm getting information sent to me that really kind of resonated with people. And people were like, no, you're not that crazy, even though I kind of am. But I felt like, man, I wonder if like healing is the direction I need to be going. Mm-hmm. And so I went and I did the first Reiki course. It was the actual Usi Reiki, the traditional, like I learned from a lady who learned from the like, yeah. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I felt like the pop and the energy in my hands, but I did not resonate with how, like I asked her, for me, a big thing for me is, what are you thinking about when you're doing this stuff? Yeah. And she's like, nothing. Like you can think about doing your dishes.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense for me. I'm like, so just so you know, yeah. When I'm doing it, I've got like people coming in, talking to me, pointing at, you need to move over here.
Yeah, exactly, Jen.
And she's like, really?
To me, it's more like a healing. How I
say, I've never done any.
So I've read the books.
Okay.
I've read her books. And when I was reading the books, it's like she's talking about being able to visually see like what's going on within the tissues, like the hot spots, the cold, like she can, it's like all of that. And I
see threads. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I see colored threads.
Yep.
And I see like, for me, when there's healing going on, or from the heart space, I see greens. Yep. And then if I'm thinking about the water in a person's body, if they're dehydrated, I'm not seeing enough blues.
Yes.
Things like that. Like I see things in color, but they're threads. They're tiny, thin threads. And it's like, but there's so many compacted in the human body.
Spirit makes me actually feel things. So it's like, all of a sudden I feel, you know, when you're holding something above your head and you got that burn in your shoulders. So for me, it's that symbolism of carrying the weight of the world. So whether it's here, whether it's whatever, it's like they're carrying the weight of the world, and what's the meaning behind this part of your body. And so tying all that together, right?
Yes.
And so, but
have you read Soul Speaks?
Yes.
Okay.
But so do you see what I'm saying though?
Yes.
Everything is the exact same thing. It's just they're teaching it
differently.
just how I feel. Spirit is just like, this resonates for you. And this resonates for you. Just get your feet wet with Reiki is what they said.
Okay.
Right? Because I say, I do Reiki, but I don't do Reiki. Like I don't know how to explain that. Reiki. No. And so it's really hard for me. And even when I'm teaching my classes, my courses, I taught verbatim what I learned, but I also really strongly, and most of my students are like, haha, because I do this. I don't want you to just do exactly what is taught in a manual.
Do what feels right for you.
What resonates for you. Yes. Okay. So if you feel comfortable doing the whole hand position thing, sure, but that's not me. And I just heard you say exactly what they do to me.
Yeah.
You need to move here, or I'm holding on the crown and I'm holding on the heart because there's that disconnect here.
Yeah.
And like they're telling me you need to go down to the knee because this is where the block is. Like I'm listening and I can feel in their body. I can scan and I'm like, oh, it's so heavy and dense. Like you can feel the flow and then it's like breaks. It's like, and it's cold for me. Like for me, super hot hands, but I can feel the block because it's super ice cold on them.
Yes.
Which is wild, right? And I feel the energy flowing through them. It's almost like a visualization where I feel it going through right from the crown and I'm pushing it all the way through their feet, through their meridian system, through their blood, through their organs. And I'm like, this whole thing going on in my head. Right. And so, like it works differently for me. But when I read the Theta books and her system, I'm like, well, that's absolutely what I experience when I'm doing this. So I do Reiki, but it's just, for me, it's a way of spirit being able to like clear up some of your system and get you tuned and tapped into them and to be able to be of service to them.
See, okay. And for me too, I think that's how I stumbled into hypnotherapy as well, is because I feel like sometimes spirit is talking to me and telling me, okay, like this is going on in this person's body. This is what's happening. This is what they need right now. Whereas I feel like I can instruct people to, okay, just like let yourself relax and like guide them in the direction that they need to go from what's coming in.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
To be fair, when everybody has their first experience with me, I usually just put them in a deep state of relaxation and send them to their positive, happy thought. All people have wildly different experiences because I'll talk to them after, like, so what did you see? Where did you go? That sort of thing. And at that point, when I'm talking to them, it's like, that's when I start really channeling it.
That's how I learned that I need to teach. It's because of exactly what you're explaining. Is at the end of the session, I love to share and to hear. And for them to like have that experience and remember who they are, because we're all spirit having a human experience, and for them to remember, like to feel those things, to have those visuals, to hear spirit.
As as I'm doing my hypnotherapy, I'm also playing crystal bowls. So the crystal bowls, each one of them has a symbolism attached to it. It has a resonance of like it plays at a vibration, a certain frequency. One generates around the heart chakra. Like each one kind of has a center that is actually talking to me while I'm playing. So I will be trying to get your heart chakra bowl to play, and it doesn't want to play for me. And that's, you have blockage there. So I'm playing that bowl like a motherfucker. And then after, I will tell them like, hey, just so you know, like I'm trying to play this heart bowl and your heart chakra did not want to play. So like, what's going on there? Like, what was the blockages? And then like, what were you experiencing when you heard me playing that one note for a very long time? And usually when I'm playing that one note for a very long time, they're having something happen and they're seeing
something that they're needing to work through and move past, and that, or they come out and they're like, yeah, I had this total revelation. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Spirit.
Yeah.
Tapped into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I just love, like, I have goosies talking about it because I just love helping people. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. I love my in-person sessions, but for me, I think the greatest gift is to help as many people tune and tap into that healer that they are. Because I guess most people that were coming to me are actual healers in whatever way that is. Maybe they're a medium, maybe they're a Reiki person too, maybe they're whatever, but they were coming to me in order to remember that that's who they're meant to be in this lifetime. And instead of having the tower card moment that I had to go through in order to remember, and that's why I'm here, it's like they were sending them to me in order for me to go, really? You don't like that job that you're stuck in and you're miserable and you have all of this stuff going on and you really don't want, right? It's just like, so I'm thinking of someone in particular, and I won't say anything because she'll know exactly who I'm talking to, but it's just like, that's why, is because you are so extremely gifted. And she knew she was gifted. It's like she didn't remember though that she was gifted because that's what she's meant to be doing in this
I think people get stuck and they forget, and they've got this life that they built for themselves, blindly built for themselves.
Yeah.
And then
it's the societal expectations behind it. It's your parents' expectations about who
your spouse's expectations, your children's expectations.
And so, she was kind of rooted in that. And, but she went and she took some Reiki courses, and she slowly, like, she didn't need any of this stuff, like, so tuned and tapped in. But it was amazing to watch step into her purpose and to be a part of that. And so for teaching people and helping them remember who they are, or being a part of that learning journey, for me, it's like lights me up. It makes me so excited.
It does, because when you get to see somebody have that aha moment, like, I'm like, yes, keep it coming. Give me more.
Yes. And now I don't get those moments, but I do get moments where somebody send me an email and they just like tell me how impactful it was for them and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I'm in my purpose. Like, there's no doubt at all whatsoever that I'm meant to be teaching.
So that's the thing. Like, I know you are absolutely a teacher, whereas I am a creator of experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I want to create an experience for somebody that they walk away feeling good and feeling brave enough to create more experiences for themselves.
For sure.
That, for me, to create an experience where somebody, it left a mark.
Yeah. Is there anything better than that?
There's
nothing better.
There really isn't. No. Like, it's so good. And I think that, again, why dopamine decor is such a big thing for me is because, like, you're creating an experience. Somebody's going to walk in here and see that I have a tree in my basement that lights up. If you've seen the movie Avatar, just know that Iwan lives in my basement. I have a tree of soul.
You just need to stand under her. She's got all quartz crystals, and it's just like transmutation. Just standing under her is so cleansing.
I actually put a couple of chairs under there, and let me tell you, because I actually do hang out down here quite a bit. Basically, when I'm closing down for the night, the tree is always lit. I go sit under the tree and just kind of be like, have my little private, my talk to my tree moment. I call her my wishing tree, tell her my wishes.
I think maybe next one we got to sit under her.
I would love that.
I think that would be amazing to do.
I would love
for her. She's just so magical. She just really is.
She really is. Magical. She really is. She wears glasses.
She has her own energy altogether.
And it's just the experience. Like, I want people to come down here and be like, whoa, I want you to be overstimulated. I want you to be like looking in 15 million directions and like just trying to puzzle it all together and not knowing what to look at first. I want that.
It's all those conversational pieces, and it's like, it's teaching in a textile way. What does this mean? What is this symbol? What is this tree about?
You need some advice? I've got an advice tree. You just pull one of these little bottles off, open it up, and I'm telling you, actually, let's pull some advice.
That would be cool.
Do you want to pull some advice? Okay, so
Jen, I just love you.
I'm gonna try and bring the tree over.
See, so pretty.
Okay, so each one of these bottles has a pretty solid piece of advice. I think it leaves you just like with a thought. something to think about. I think this one's mine. Which one are you gonna pick?
I'm just eyeing her, so
Okay, let's see what they say. Then, just so you know, I do mix up these bottles often so that I don't even know what's in there.
Yeah.
Like, it's really the advice tree. So mine said, your unprocessed emotions are keeping you from finding your inner peace. Feel it and release it.
last week's little discussion.
Yes.
Touching on that again.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh wow, this is lots.
Okay, tell me what it says.
Quit taking on burdens that don't belong to you. Allow others to learn their own lessons and experience growth. We just had that little conversation before without the camera on. That's amazing. Mm-hmm.
It's the advice tree.
Mm-hmm. That guidance was absolutely meant to be shared. Somebody out there needs to hear that.
Yeah,
Probably a few of you need to hear that, actually.
and process your emotions. If you feel like you want to cry, just cry.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares who's in the room? Like, you are a human being. You are allowed to have that experience.
It's the best release.
It really is.
Yeah, letting yourself have a real good cry, because it's so easy.
Yeah.
For me, it's so easy to like keep it all bottled up, and then all of a sudden, like when it needs to come, it just feels so cleansing.
If you don't process it,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? You are going to release it on somebody unsuspecting.
Or you're going to ache and pain all over and
Yes.
wonder why you hurt so bad.
Why do I have an autoimmune disease?
Let me talk about that firsthand.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah, just
Yes.
because, well, if you mask yourself and you don't actually process your emotions, guess what? They're going to process somehow. They really are. Okay, I can't get that.
I used to be like this whole topic about not helping people through their lessons. Like I used to be like the savior, wanting to help everybody.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, you need this, you don't have that. Oh, let me help you. And yeah, not even realizing that you are preventing somebody from learning a lesson that they chose to come here. Stealing growth from them.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the biggest things for me to not realize what I was actually doing.
Well, here's the thing though.
Like
I need you to forgive yourself for your past and for the choices and decisions you made when that was where your wisdom level was at.
For sure.
And let me tell you, because if you are a young person who's neglected, abused, whatever, if you're not brought up in the home where, you know, you can express yourself or you can have consequences, but with guidance and support and love, or you end up being a parent who protects your children so much to the point where they're actually delayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just don't want them to experience. You think that you're being the better parent version because you don't want them to experience all those hardships, but you're just enabling some toxic behaviors.
Yes.
Even, you know, like
again, because then it becomes
growth.
it becomes expected that you're just going to swoop in and take care of everything.
Yeah.
And then when you start to put down boundaries, now there's resentment.
And it's not even just kids. It's not even just your children. It's your friends. It's your sisters. It's your I mean, father. It's like everybody, right? Yeah. You want to swoop in and save.
I think this is why you and I are working so well, is because you and I are like, okay, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like something, just fucking tell me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that's why we're so good, is because it's like, hey, you know, like, Jen, like, I don't want to kick in the ass. Because that way I know.
Yeah, it's having those healthy boundaries.
Well, exactly. And again, my perception may be that everything is wonderful and your perception may not be. So if I don't know, then I can't be like, well, tell me your perception. Like, what? Okay, tell me why you feel like your perception is that way. If you can't have that conversation, then you're at an impasse, and one of you is blissfully going along and the other is starting to get more and more resentful. And that's how you lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
big life lessons.
Mm-hmm. Big. Those sister wounds.
Right?
Oh, that was a tough battle. That was a tough battle.
I didn't know if I was going to win that battle. Like, I just honestly didn't know if I was going to win that battle. But Yeah, it's being vulnerable again and again and again, right? Just
Yes.
but there's also I also have that false expectation. It's like you've really seen on TV or wherever, or maybe there were people that you witnessed that really had what you thought was that really close to your body. It's like, it's possible. It has to be out there. It has to exist.
If it's on TV.
I have witnessed this,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, is it false expectations that you had placed on so many relationships too? And so
Is
your
it
heart
you
is
fantasizing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think there's also a lot of healing around that realization for me that, you know, you just have really high expectations and hopes of something that maybe just wasn't realistic and maybe a little fantasy going on in your brain. And that comes even with like not just platonic relationships, but I mean, we're told Prince Charming and all these, you know, like we're just taught that love should look a certain way. And when it doesn't show up that way for you, you're like, oh, well, then this is wrong and this doesn't work and whatever. And you shit just happens in your brain and you shut down.
Like the whole red flag, green flag, beige flag, like everybody's now looking for flags in people instead of just trying to actually have a true connection.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It is okay for us to have differing opinions on things.
Absolutely.
And
I would hope so.
Yeah.
How do you grow?
Well,
how do you grow if you're exactly the same?
Well, exactly.
That would be so boring.
I know. Like, oh, yeah.
Like you're pulling me out of my comfort zone, like totally pulling me out in so many different ways. And that's what I need. And that's what I desire, right? Like, grow.
And she's one of the smartest people. Like the shit that she knows how to do is insane. Oh, well, my friend.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We did it.
We did it.
And I don't know what you're going to get out of this.
I'll figure something out.
See, she's really good at this stuff. I can do the whole during. The aftermath scares the shit out of
me. Delete.
If you see it's like,
it's because I went delete.
Yeah, because maybe we
rabbit hole. We kind of sometimes like,
rabbit hole on things that you guys probably don't give two shits about.
It's all good. And it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.